When it comes to generating traffic on OnlyFans, most people decide to go with social media in one form or another. And I see a lot of questions from newbies where they will ask specific questions about a specific platform, and they will really overcomplicate things more than they need to, because traffic as we do it is very similar across every platform. And if you understand the basic structure of how we generate traffic, then you'll be able to apply that structure to every social media platform. Yeah, there's a little bit of nuance, but there really isn't. So in this video, I will be giving you my 6 immutable truths of OnlyFans traffic generation. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Drop me a comment. Also, before we get started, I want to let you all know that I'm reopening my coaching program. So if you are interested in getting coached by me, check out the description and I will have some information there, I think. Or you might just have to DM me on Telegram. I'm not sure what the status will be by the time I post this. Anyway, number 1, buy aged accounts. So if you are going to do this at, let's say, a small to medium scale, you are going to want to buy aged accounts. And what is small to medium? Small to medium is, let's say you're going to do it from between 5 accounts to 200 accounts. 200, let's say. If you're going to be running between 5 and 200 accounts, I would say buy aged accounts. If you're going to be, and that's, let's say, per model, right? Per model-ish. If you're going to be running more than that per model, then I would recommend that you get some sort of custom script to create new accounts, and don't do 201, do like 2000. Because at that point you have the script and it's, you can run it indefinitely, I guess, to do things that way. But the reason, and I guess that's going to be probably fewer people, even though that technically might be the better choice if you want to do this long term, but to at least get your feet wet. I think you'll be able to get off to a much better start if you're doing things and you're just starting with, between, let's say, 5 to 10 accounts. Let's say you start with between 5 to 10, but I think the rules apply from 5 to 200. So anyway, the reason for this is because I have noticed that I get fewer bans, fewer blocks, there's fewer issues when using aged accounts. And this is across every single social media platform. Certain accounts are easier to acquire on certain platforms, but take your pick from all the social media platforms. If you have an aged account, if you have an account that's 8 years old, and was created preferably from an IP in the country that you're in, and you live in a tier 1 country, then you will have a much easier time of it as opposed to if you are trying to create brand new accounts. It's just what I've noticed. I've noticed that on new accounts, the results do not seem to be as good. I take that back. It's not that the results are not as good. It's that you run into more issues down the line, or early on, I guess. Number 2, run multiple accounts. Okay, so for every social media platform, for every single one, I guess we could say every single one, you are going to want to run multiple accounts. Now, I know some people will say if you have more than one account on, these pages, then your shit will get banned. I know that's happened to me for Reddit, actually, for a few, where I'll have 2 accounts of the same model and they'll actually both get banned. So, I guess there is a little bit of nuance there. I'm such a boomer. I'm drinking my V8 juice. But in general, you want to run multiple accounts. Okay, if you just have one account, you can only post so many times to that one account. Doesn't matter what the platform is. I guess with the little asterisk there being Reddit. But in general, when you have more accounts, you can post more, right? And let's just say, for example, you're only allowed to have the one account on Reddit. Well, there's other ways to post to other Reddit accounts and still drive the traffic to your creator. You can make, let's just think outside the box here. Let's say you made 20 accounts and they're all different girls, but you fucking still just have the link going to your girl. These guys, they don't fucking know the difference. They don't fucking know. Maybe some of them know, but they don't really care. And if you're using free trial links, the link is going to be unique every single time. Or you could just send them to a different fucking link page, whatever you want to do it. There's plenty of ways around it. But the point is that if you're posting 50 times a day, it depends on the platform. If you're doing a certain amount of actions on one account per day and you want to get a better result, If you have 100 accounts, you'll get a much better result on 100 accounts than you will on one account. So this is really like what you need to think about when you're trying to drive traffic through social media and you're trying to get a faster result than just relying on one person or one account to do the posting for you. Number 3, post multiple times per day. So this is not just post multiple times per day. It's perform the maximum amount of actions possible per day without the account getting banned. Right? Because it's not just posting. How many times a day are you going to post on fucking Instagram? 5, 10, maybe? But what? You're just going to post 10 times and then be done with it? What about the follows? What about the likes? What about the story views? What about all that other shit? You want to max out the amount of actions that you can do on an account every single day. Now, on some platforms, the reach, the most bang for your buck is going to be from posting. And in fact, I would even argue that on most platforms, that's going to be the case. However, on some platforms, you are going to want to also leverage something like comment hijacking, top comment hijacking, if you guys know what that is. And if you don't, I'll tell you, which is where you go and you post on accounts that have viral content, and you post something in the top, or you just comment on there basically. And if you want to be clever, then you can buy comment likes for that platform. You can do this on Reddit. You can do it I've seen for YouTube and I've seen for Instagram. I have not seen comment likes for Twitter, but I'm sure if you dig around, you can find something like that. And imagine how much more visibility you will get, or that account will get, if you are hijacking the top comment on a post that has gotten 20 million views or whatever, 5 million views or 1 million views or 200,000 views, as opposed to you only relying on your content being served organically to lots of people. All things being equal, even if your model is famous, even if she makes the best content in the world, if you are doing the comment hijacking, if you're liking lots of people's shit, if you're upvoting a lot of stuff, well, I guess they don't see who upvoted it. But if you're maxing out the amount of actions that you are doing on all of your accounts every single day, then, then you will get a better result, period. And you can do this on all platforms. Just there's a little bit of nuance of what actions you're going to do per platform. But it's not that hard to figure out. Number 4, I think, is make the account look good. Okay, so if you are going to do this, you're going to post to a lot of, forget about it. Let's say you're only posting to one account. You want to put effort. You want to put effort into the account looking as good as possible. You want to have a good profile picture. You want to have a good banner picture. You want to have a nice bio. It needs to be well written. It can't read like a fucking tier 3, $1 an hour worker wrote it. It also, on the other side of the equation, you don't want it to sound like fucking ChatGPT wrote it, because then people won't believe the authenticity of it. You want to add links. You want to add maybe some emojis, but only 1 or 2. Don't make it look fucking spammy. You want to add a pinned post. You want to add maybe, I don't know, let's say a video from the girl, for example, and you pin that, right? You want to make the account look as good as possible. The more areas you tighten, and the reason for that is because you need to start thinking of your social media accounts not as traffic generation, but as your funnel. And the reason you need to do that is because you need to put as much care into your funnel as you do into the traffic. Most people don't do that. Most people don't really do anything with their funnel until they start getting the traffic, which I understand, because it's why do all the work when you don't know if it's going to convert anyway? You want to get the touches first. But why wait? The stuff that you need to do to make the funnel look good so that you have a high conversion rate is very valuable. And for me, back when Babe Pages still worked for that 3-month period where I was doing it, I remember posting in my group screenshots of getting 80,000 clicks in a month and 200 subscribers or something ridiculous. And the reason for that, it never occurred to me at the time, but the reason for that was because the funnel was shit. The link page was terrible. It didn't look good. It didn't have a nice profile picture. It didn't have a good background picture. It didn't have all of the fucking bells and whistles that are required to have a high conversion rate. But part of having the funnel looking, appealing and providing a good experience for the customer is to have the social media profile, the bio, and it's not just the bio, it's everything about the profile. All of that needs to look good. It needs to look well curated. Everything just needs to look as good as possible. The post comments need to be good. The captions need to be good. The fucking aesthetic vibe of the profile needs to be good. Don't overthink it. Don't fucking get stuck on it, but don't rush through it. I feel like too many people rush through it. And I know that because I rush through it, and, do that at your own peril. Number 5, post content that is shareable, rewatchable, and that keeps people on the platform for as long as possible. So you are going to need probably a little bit of cooperation from your model in order to do this. And of course, it does kind of depend on the platform that you're on. I have not experimented with posting viral content to Reddit, for example. Like, let's say you have, let's take Instagram versus Reddit, for example. You have a specific type of post that will go viral on Reddit that, let's just say, has the payoff for a very brief period of time. 1 second, nipple flash, easy. Is that going to also translate into a lot of upvotes on Reddit? I'm not sure. People on Reddit, you never know what these fuckers think, and they might be like, oh my God, this is like Instagram clickbait. Like, how dare you post this? You're a bad person. This is Reddit. Just show me your tits. Like I would not be surprised if they did that, because Reddit is it's a bit of a cesspool. But so anyway, again, there is a little bit of nuance there. But in general, you want to post content that is engaging, right? That has some sort of rewatchability aspect to it, that is shareable, something that's funny, something that gets people on multiple levels, or at least on something other than just the surface level of like, here, watch me shake my titties. And the reason for that is because if you do that, the platform will reward you with additional views. The goal of all these platforms, all social media platforms, and really any website in general, one could make the argument, is to keep people on the site for as long as possible. Because if you're on, let's take social media again for an example. If you're on a social media site for a long time, you'll watch more ads. That's more money in their pocket. You might pay to become a premium member. You might, buy something from somebody else, in which case they will get a commission. So the idea is that they want to keep you on there for as long as possible. And the way that they do that is by serving you content that is, in your niche that you have shown that you are interested in, that also will keep you on there longer. That will lead not only to you watching that specific clip multiple times, but will lead to you binging on that creator's clips, and lots of them, and following them and interacting with them and engaging with them, because all of those things deepen, the emotional connection that you have with the platform itself or the app or whatever. So you want to make sure to post that type of stuff like as much as possible. Again, with Reddit, it might require a little bit of testing to see if that kind of thing translates also into good results. And that would be a very interesting test to do. So any of you that have, let's say you have a model on fucking, anyway, you get what I'm saying. Number 6, prioritize evergreen methods over flash in the pan methods. Now, I'm not necessarily, so this is really just a preference of mine. I prefer evergreen methods because I despise the process of account creation. I hate it. And when I say account creation, I also mean buying the account and I'm, making that nice and pretty and all that shit. Yes, I know I can get an assistant to do it, and I probably should just have somebody full-time making fucking accounts for me. But what I really don't like is going through the process of like buying the accounts, they make the accounts, and then somebody starts posting to them and it doesn't work, and it's like they get 0 views or they get banned right away. And it's such I don't know. I really don't like it. And, I probably just need to get over it, to be honest with you. 'Cause like, that's just something that's part of the game, so, and I have a fucking assistant. So what do I care? But that said, you could say, I would also say that there is some benefit to doing evergreen methods over stuff that is going to burn an account. For example, let's use Reddit again, right? You've got the suicide method. where the accounts are going to last 24 hours. Same thing with, well, I guess dating apps are a little, well, we're talking about social media. Anyway, I prefer evergreen methods just for that reason. Okay. When it comes to social media, there is a cumulative effect, meaning that over time, any individual account is going to become more and more powerful and lead to a better and better result. So you want to keep those accounts for as long as possible. I mean, if you had to choose between, 100 accounts that were good all the time and got better and better, or between making 100 accounts every day and having those 100 accounts get banned every day, which one would you rather choose? Personally, I would rather choose the evergreen one. And an additional reason is not just because they get better over time, but because they're less likely to get banned over time. And you don't have to worry about fucking making the accounts over and over. Account creation is getting harder. It's a hard cost to you as well, especially if you're buying accounts. But, something like that really just depends on how much time you want to invest in this, how much money you have to invest in this, and what your own personal disposition is, your attitude is towards the whole account creation, getting banned, and not working, you having to do it again. I just don't have the patience for it. I'd rather just do it the easy way and focus on other stuff that I enjoy focusing on. But that doesn't mean it's the best way to do it, by the way. There's great things to be said about a more, short-term method. And then the final one, which I didn't have on here, but I'm going to add on here as well, because as I was talking, I realized it was really a fucking good idea. And that is to use some sort of chat bot like Cupid bot or like Simp Hunter bot to convert people to paid subscribers. Now, here's the deal. For those of you who don't know what Cupid bot is a limited language model that has been trained on a bajillion fucking conversations with simps to convert them into paying subscribers on OnlyFans via social media. It is an amazing tool. It is straight up fucking awesome. And it's so awesome that I decided to partner with them and make a white label bot called Simp Hunter bot. You can find it at Simp Hunter bot. I have it all the time in my description to my videos, but I never talk about it. And the reason I never talk about it is because I don't use it as often as I should. And the reason I don't use it as often as I should is not because it doesn't work or it's not good. The reason is that like I said, I don't like the whole, I got to make fucking accounts and it's just, I don't like that part. I don't like the beginning phases of this. I prefer the evergreen method. And the problem with Cupid bot is that when you use it, the account that you use it on eventually is going to get flagged and get banned. Now, that said, it has incredible conversion rates, like 20%, 30%, even 10%. Imagine you got a 10% conversion rate. Like insane, unreal. Now, it is a little bit of a pain in the ass to set up. I will say that. But once you set it up and once you get it going, and assuming that you have a method for quickly and easily replacing accounts, it's definitely worth using. Now, do you need it? No. I honestly now am not using it on any of my accounts. But now that I talk about it, I definitely am tempted to get some kind of account farming technique set up so that I can just pump out lots of accounts, drive traffic to those accounts, and throw Cupid bot on there and have them fucking do their thing. Again, the challenge with that is it's just a pain in the ass. You got fucking the whole proxy thing. I got to train some VA to fucking do all this shit. It's just annoying. But if you have the testicular fortitude to do it, then you'll make more money, period. Cool. So those are that was actually 7 immutable truths of OnlyFans traffic generation. Let me know what you think about that. Drop me a comment, like the video, subscribe. Reach out to me if you are interested in coaching, and I will see you in the next video.